So I restarted therapy last week for the first time in 2 years, and this is the third time doing therapy since I went first at the end of 2018. So at the end of 2018, I basically was at the worst point in my life in terms of really struggling with my mental health, and it's something that had been going on for a few years. And now I'm at the point where my mental health has been the best it's ever been, really, in my whole life. And I just turned 30 this year. So what's the actual reason then for going back to therapy if my mental health is in such a good place? And the number one reason why is because I just wanted to have that extra support and to be able to chat about different things that have come up for me over the past few years. Because since I last done therapy at the October 2022, I've been deepening my own self-awareness a lot. I've been reading a lot more. I've been using Audible for the last almost 8 years, and basically over the last couple of years I've just gone in more of a rabbit hole when it comes to mental health and psychology and everything like that. So I've been reading a lot more of Gabor Mate. I've been reading more Dr. Nicole LePera. So I've read books like Scattered Minds, How to Be the Love You Seek, It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wallen. There's a whole bunch of other books that I can link down below. And some massive changes that I've made over the past few years that have facilitated some of that growth and happiness. Like, I basically moved country in 2022. I moved from Dublin to Barcelona for a few months. I was in Barcelona for 3 months. Then I moved to Sicily for 2 months. Then when I came back to Ireland, I actually moved to a different part of Ireland than where I was before. I stopped spending time with people who don't share my values. I stopped going to nightclubs and festivals. The main reason was because I had spent way too much time going to different nightclubs, festivals, spending my money on the things that ultimately made my mental health and happiness worse. As well, I started doing things that allowed me to feel more uplifted. So I started spending my money and time on experiences that made me feel good. I started spending my time with people who shared my values and interests. Like, I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for just over a year now. When it comes to my business, I started spending my time with other people who are where I want to be. And like doing simple things like spending more time in nature, like going out for a walk along the river, being by the sea. So I've made a lot of big changes like that have allowed me to feel my best. And that's all come from deepening my own self-awareness, from doing things like therapy, from reading books from authors like Gabor Mate and stuff like that. And the reason why I wanted to share this and do kind of a longer form video was because I just wanted you to know, like, if you struggle with your mental health, that allowing yourself to be vulnerable and asking for help, doing something like therapy, is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength, because it takes a lot of courage to take that first step to do something like therapy. And that was one of the main things that put me off for so long. I had this really toxic mindset of I had to be a lone wolf. I had to do everything by myself. I couldn't ask for help. I couldn't ask for support. And as soon as I let go of that toxic mindset that wasn't serving me, and I allowed myself to be vulnerable, ask for help, that's when a lot of things in my life started to change. Not just with my mental health. Like, one of the main reasons why I've been able to grow my business and have the most success ever. Like, I've literally just got to the point now where I've hit a 6-figure year. And one of the main reasons why I've been able to do that is because I've got to the point where I've been able to expand my team. I've brought Finn on board as my head coach, Katie and Susan, who help me with social media, Karen, who helps me with a lot of stuff on social media. And I was only able to expand my team because I took that first step years ago, where I realized that asking for help is something that's a real positive, not a negative. So getting out of that lone wolf mindset massively has helped in many different areas of my life. And so if you, when it comes to your mental health, are feeling depressed, angry, sad, anxious, overwhelmed, whatever the emotion may be, just know that there's help out there. And once you're courageous enough to take that first step, it gets so much better from there. And yeah, I just wanted to share that today because I've talked about mental health struggles that I've had in the past, and I think it's just such an important topic to always bring up, because it's so easy, especially when you spend a lot of time on Instagram, TikTok, most social media. You see the highlight reel of people's lives and you don't see the other thing that happens behind closed doors. So it's good to just bring this, out into the air. And yeah, if you struggle with anything like that, drop a comment down below. And if therapy is something that you're interested in and you haven't yet done it, I would highly recommend it, because it's honestly one of, if not the best decision that I made in my entire life, and has allowed for a lot of significant personal growth in the years that have gone by. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day and chat soon.